My name is Caroline House, and I am a Senior Sales Manager for Large Group and Catering for the Western South Central Group Sales Office. Well, I started with Marriott Hotels in May of 2008 as part of the Management Development Program, formerly known as the MDP, and I was a housekeeping manager at the Renaissance Dallas, and I did my MDP program within the rooms department there, and spent about 9 months in the housekeeping department. And once that time was up, I actually went to the front office and was a front desk manager for about a little over a year. And that's when I really started having the conversations with my general manager and my director of sales and marketing about making that switch over into sales. So I had some great conversations with my general manager in DOSM at that time, and a business transient, or formerly special corporate sales manager role, became available. And that's when I made that transition, and that was in late 2009. And really enjoyed my time in the special corporate role for about a year, and then had the opportunity prior to Salesforce One, when we launched this office in 2010, to actually go and work for the regional sales office down in San Antonio as part of one of their group sales members. I finished that. I spent time there. We opened up this office, and I had some great opportunity to train quite a few of the new hires that came through as a part of Salesforce One, and launched this office, and spent time on the core team selling 10 to 99 rooms per night in really all markets. I started in the South Texas market and then really focused on Houston, and then made the switch over to San Antonio, Austin. And then I had the opportunity to join the large group sales team, selling 100 to 300 rooms per night starting in February of 2013. And since then, I have sold the DFW market, the Gaylord Texan, and then most recently, I am on the Resort and Convention Network team as part of the San Antonio market. I think my favorite role is really when we started preparing to open this office, and I worked remotely out of the DFW area, but worked for the regional sales office in San Antonio, so that I had the opportunity to really have a hand in training the people that came into the office in preparation for our launch. So we had about 15 new hires in the span of that 8 months prior to launch, where I really had a hand in getting them onboarded and ready to launch this office, so that those sales managers could be ready and prepared to take on full leads while we trained and ramped up the sales managers that were coming into this office as new members. I think the best piece of advice, and someone told me a long time ago when I started with this company, that change is inevitable, and to really go with it. And things are going to change for good reasons, and sometimes things that you don't necessarily agree with, but we as sales managers and members of this company need to embrace the change so that we can support each other, because really having that support with each other is what makes us succeed every day. I definitely think my past roles help with that foundation. It helps me to eloquently speak to a particular department and be able to know what it's going to take for my hotels to deliver whenever I promise something to a customer. So I think that having that operations background and having that time spent in hotels has really allowed me to speak to my customers and be able to know that I can deliver, and my hotel can deliver what I'm promising to a customer. I think my current role, impacting associates, is a huge part of my role. We contract these room nights, and we contract this food and beverage, and what we do every day in the sales office, it provides hours for our associates at the hotel, and it provides stability for our associates. So, knowing that we're putting a good piece of business in the hotel, even if it's 2 or 3 years from now, I know that it provides stability for the future associates to come. So it is really a great part of my job.